G'day, I'm Bev Eagy and welcome to Tea Time. Today we are going to make creme brulee, which is one of my very favorite desserts, and it's fun. This is a dessert that is a blast to make because you get to work with a torch. It's really fun. I mean, it's kind of dangerous if you get your kids involved. You gotta, be careful with it, but it's just like the best dessert. You'll find yourself going brulee crazy. You can brulee anything, but it's a wow dessert. People love it. So this one's particularly rich, and it starts off with a very rich custard, and we're going to put 4 large egg yolks. This is kind of everybody in the pool, and we're going to do a large and 1 large egg in the KitchenAid. When you crack your egg, always crack it in a separate bowl. Don't crack it into the main mixer, because if the egg shells go in there, if you have like a little oops, it's a lot easier to dig it out of a separate bowl. Just a little safety tip. Okay, so we've got our eggs in there, and then we're going to put in a half a cup of sugar. And in this recipe especially, I like to use a vanilla sugar. And all you do is you do your castor sugar. I've talked about this before on other shows. And you just put a pod of vanilla inside the sugar, and it's amazing. It flavors that castor sugar. Just a beautiful. People say mine doesn't taste the same. You know why? Because I've got some vanilla sugar. Just all those little simple tricks. I'm going to mix this. Just combine the egg yolks and the sugar. Once this is combined, and probably before you start this, you scald some heavy cream. You get 3 cups of heavy cream, and you put it on a medium heat. You don't want to boil it, you just want to get it super hot. Okay, so this is all mixed. It's going to give it a little bit of you don't want a lot of air in there, but okay, so you've got your egg yolk mixture going. I've just taken this off the burner, so the heavy cream is nice and hot. Now, you don't want to cook. This is a dangerous part of the whole process. You don't want to cook your eggs. You don't want scrambled eggs with the brulee, with your custard. So when it's going, you want to just put it in very slowly and keep your paddle going so it stirs it. And just put it in a little bit at a time, because it's really hot. If you put it in all at once, you'd have big chunks of cooked egg yolk. So I'm going to keep that going. Okay, and it's called tempering. You kind of temper the custard mixture with the hot, heavy cream. And I always use heavy cream. Use a really you could use whipping cream if you want, but heavy cream has got more fat, so it tastes better. Go figure. Okay, so this is about there. So we've combined the scalded cream into the custard mixture, and I'm putting in some vanilla. And get a really good vanilla. Get the best you can afford. And I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla, and I'm just measuring that right over the pool. So if you go a little over, not such a bad thing. And you can use Grand Marnier. I like a little hint of this. It's just a nice little orange flavor. And I'm going to, and it doesn't have to be brand name. This one isn't a brand name, but an orange liqueur. Now, you could go with any liqueur. If you like a different one, like a coffee flavored liqueur or something, you could totally do that, and that's a fun thing to do. But this is what I like to do, and it's very delicious. Just a hint. And it's not going to get anyone drunk, but it makes it just delicious. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'm just going to turn this on again, combine it. Okay, that's it. So now I'll take my paddle off. Now, if you want a really smooth custard, use a sieve. You don't want any little stringy bits from the eggs. And if by chance the scalded cream cooked a little egg, it'll get caught here. So I'm just going to pour it right through the sieve, and that will all go in. Alrighty. I'll just use this wooden spoon. Just going to push some of this through the sieve just to keep it going. I can smell that Grand Marnier. Holy cow. This is a dessert that you will think, I have just died and gone to heaven. It's a really nice one for a romantic dinner. We do this a lot on like a Valentine's dinner at the tea parlor. Very popular. Okay, we pretty much have the custard in there. Now, we're going to bake this custard. Just going to pop this over here. In ramekins. Now you can get your standard little ramekin that sits up high. I love the brulee, and like, let's face it, who doesn't? That's the caramelized sugar. So if you get a ramekin that's this shape, and they're not hard to find, your custard, your surface per custard per brulee is a lot better. You get like a crunch with every bite. It's not like you've eaten the top off and then you're stuck with the custard, which is nice, but this is the way I like it. It's a little bit trickier. You can buy brulee pans that have racks and you can just pull the whole thing out. I just use a baking dish, and you can set 6 ramekins in there. Put your custard, it's already been strained, so it's good to go. Put it in a batter bowl so you have a nice pouring spout. And then you just pour it in. You pour it each of the little ramekins. Try to get it pretty close to the top. And we're gonna give this whole thing a water bath. Alrighty. Beautiful color. Okay, so this is almost ready to go in the oven. Now you can take it right to the oven. You get it to temperature, and I'll just make sure I've got the right. It's 300 degrees, so you make sure your oven's ready. You have everything clear, because once you get this train in motion, you want to make sure you don't have any kind of areas where you are going to spill your custard or your water into your custard, because with these low ramekins, there's not much room for error. You can put your pan right into your oven, and then it's all level, and then go in. We'll just pretend I put this in the oven, and you can just put your water bath around the side once it's in the oven. You can do it this way too. You just have to be careful to keep it level. Keep that thing very level, and you want the water to go up the sides. And that's just helps the custard cook all at the same temperature, and it just wants to go up just part way, about maybe halfway up the side of that ramekin, and then we're going to just pop that in the oven at 300 degrees for 40 minutes, and it'll just set just perfectly.